We might not use nmap today. Okay, so to do this we'll have to go to Cyber Talent, which is a CTF website, capture the flag. So we're going to look at how to capture one of those flags on Cyber Talent under network security. So let's go up to Cyber Talent, cybertalent.com. Okay, so I will log in. I believe we are all familiar with this website. This should not be something strange. I introduced you guys to this website the last time. So these are the challenges we have. So for now we are dealing with what network security, right? I believe we can all hear me. We have 8 persons online. I believe you can all hear me. So we've been dealing with network security so far. Okay, and today we want to look at the practical aspect of it. Okay, so and what we're looking at is how to analyze network traffic with using Wireshark. Okay, so this is Cyber Talent, and like I said, I believe we are all familiar with this website. So if your system is open, you can follow along. Open to Cyber Talent and click on this practice, and you see all these challenges. So let's go down to security, network security. Okay, so click at network security. So under this network security we have about 6 challenges. We have hidden in plain, which is a medium level challenge. We have ARP storm, this easy level. We have arson, shark in the wires, mise, lasagna. So we are just going to do maybe just one tonight. Let's look at the easy one. This ARP storm. So you just click on it and wait for it to open. Okay, so if you look at the name of the challenge is ARP storm. Okay, ARP is a type of protocol. And the full meaning of ARP is Address Resolution Protocol. Okay, Address Resolution Protocol. So that's the full meaning of ARP. So those are the basic things you have to start with. You have to understand what all those things. In fact, every little thing that you are seeing here, it matters. You cannot ignore anything. That's why when we started, I told you that you have to, in cybersecurity, you have to pay attention to details. You have to pay attention to details and instructions. Else, you always be missing out on what you are supposed to do. Okay, so the name of the challenge is ARP Storm. The category is network security. Network security level is easy. It was created 4 years ago. Number of tries 6,373 times. The number of people that have solved it, out of the 6,300 and something people that have tried to solve this problem, only 2,000 and something were able to solve it. Okay, so that's the statistics up there. Even though it is categorized as easy, out of 6,000 and something people that have tried to solve it, only 2,000 were able to solve it. So at times, to to them, to the people that created the challenge, they might think it's easy, but to some of us trying to solve it, we might not really find it that easy. Okay, so this is the challenge description, and it says an attacker. I don't know if you can read what is on that screen. The font is very small. Let me try to zoom it so that you can see. Okay, I don't know if it's better now. It says an attacker in the network is trying to poison the ARP table of 11.0.0.100. That is an IP address, right? The admin captured this PCAP. The PCAP is in this link here. There's a link just below that description. The PCAP is in this link. So what you are supposed to do is to try and analyze the PCAP and look at what the admin captured. They say an attacker in the network is trying to poison the ARP table. I already told you what ARP is. Address Resolution Protocol table of 11.0.0.100, the admin captured the PCAP. Okay, PCAP simply means packet capture. It's like how do we call this? It's like file extension. You know, like for pictures we have JPEG, for Microsoft document we have doc, for HTML document we have html.html. That's the same thing for this. Okay, so when you see PCAP, just know they're talking about a packet capture file. So this kind of files, you can either open it with Wireshark or with Nmap. Okay, so the next step was going to download the file. Mind you, this other box down here, that's where you're going to put your answer when you finally get what the answer is. Do you understand? So you're going to come back and put your answer here, then click submit. If it's correct, they'll tell you it's correct. If it's not, they'll tell you to keep trying. You understand? So let's download the file. This link that is attached, just click on it and download the file. I've downloaded arpstorm.pcap. If you check download, so I'll go to my download and go and look for the file. Please, are we following? I believe we are all following. If you are not following, it's very important that you follow this, because these stuffs can be very tricky sometimes. You have to follow it, because with time I'll be giving you assignment. You go and do all of this by yourself, so it's important that you follow it. So I've downloaded the file. Okay, because they say an attacker in the network is trying to poison the ARP table. Okay, so maybe it's trying to put a kind of virus or something, we don't really know, of 11.0.0.100. This 11.0.0.100, they are referring to a computer. You know, computers are represented by IP address. This could be a computer, or it could be a server, or a device. So when you see an IP address, just know they are referring to a device. That's why I taught you IP addressing and routing earlier, before we got to this point. So you can see that everything is building up step by step. So if you miss the previous lectures on IP addressing and all of that, all these things might be sounding very strange to you. You understand? So on the ARP table, the admin captured this PCAP, which is what we just downloaded. So let me go to my download, and go and look for the file. So this is the file. This is the ARP file. The file name is ARP plus Tom. So we're going to open this with you open this with Wireshark. Okay, I'll open this with Wireshark. So I'll right click and click on open with, then I'll select Wireshark. Okay, Wireshark. For those of you that are using your Kali comes with Wireshark, so you don't really have to install Wireshark on your system. But if you don't have Kali, you can go to Google and search for Wireshark and install. It's still fine. Okay, so we have opened the file with Wireshark. Mind you, this is how Wireshark looks like. Okay, I think let me close this and open Wireshark so that you see the way Wireshark looks. Let's see how Wireshark looks when there's nothing loaded on it at all. Like, so let's see how Wireshark looks like. Okay, so this is how Wireshark looks like when you're opening it for the very first time, when there's nothing loaded on it, like fresh. Okay, so if you look down here, if you look down, you see where they have Wi-Fi. Let me see if I can zoom this. It's not zooming. If you are looking at your screen, you see we have Wi-Fi. Then you see something moving like a wave. Okay, that's telling you that my system is connected to a Wi-Fi, and that is this Wi-Fi signal, like the network. So that's the signal that is moving. If you hover over it, you see the IP address of the Wi-Fi and all of that. So this is what Wireshark looks like. Up here we have some icons: start capturing packet, stop capturing packet, restart current capture, and all of that. With time we're going to look at all of this, but for now we're trying to analyze a file that we downloaded, which is this ARP storm. So again, I'm back to opening that file with Wireshark. Okay, so this is the file, and these are the packets that were captured. Okay, so if you look at it, you see the files are labeled. We have file number, we have the time, we have the source, we have destination, and we have the type of protocol. Okay, if it were like, if you have any file that has to do with HTTP protocol, you will see it here. If you have any file that has to do with TCP protocol, HDP, you are going to see all of them here. But for this particular file, we're having an ARP protocol. Okay, the length of the file is 42. So this is the file. This is the file, and if you, the last column here is showing you the file info, where we have that unknown ARP opcode, blah blah blah. So so if you look at, for some files, for some of the files that you will be downloading, you will discover that this source, instead of having this VMware, this that, what you'll be having there will be something like an IP address. Then the destination is also going to be an IP address. But in this case, they are telling us VMware underscore IE colon 1D81, and the destination is a broadcast. So they are broadcasting the thing to the entire network. You understand? So These stuffs, like I said, they are usually kind of tricky, so you just have to look at it. Now if you look down here, bottom right, look at bottom right, on each of this line it tells you, it gives you the file, like file number or something. I don't know if we are still following. Let me go back to this chart. What does the length mean in this scenario? It's not the length of time, it's like the length in, it can either be in kilobyte or in megabyte, depending on the kind of file. Okay, you are already given time here. You're already given time here on this column 2. If you check, the first column is number, time, source, destination, protocol, then the length. Okay, then they gave you other information. So like I was saying, for each number, if you click for each number, you see there's an analysis of that file, bottom right. Okay, now as you continue to go down, you see that it's only one number, like one line of code, that is changing here. Every other thing remains the same. It's only one line of code that is changing. Did you observe that? From line 1, where this place where we have Z, if you look, if you are seeing my screen very well, we have Z. If I click on line 2, we have small letter M. So you notice that the changes are only happening around that place. Okay, if I click on line 3, we have small letter X. If I click again, you see we have small letter H, small letter Z. So like that, like that, like that. Now if you follow this pattern down, we have up to 68 lines. If you follow this pattern, you see that that's the only thing that is changing. This is 0, B, M. Okay, so that tells you that there's something happening along that particular line. So you take note of that. This is how you analyze your packet. This is how you analyze your packet. So what you do is, from that number 1, you'll be writing down that particular number that is changing. So the first number we're having is Z. That's capital letter Z. The case, the numbers are the letters or the numbers or whatever figures are given there. These things are very sensitive, so you have to write it the way it is. If it's a capital letter, you have to write a capital letter. If it is a small letter, you have to write it. So for first one, we have a capital letter Z. Second one is a small letter M. Are we following? Okay, I'm following. Just follow gradually, you understand what is happening. So for the third one, we have small letter X. If you go to the fourth one, we have small letter H. Okay, so looking at this, we have been able to decipher what is happening here. So what we will do is just to write down these numbers one after the other till we get to this 68. Okay, till we get down to 68. So let me just type it somewhere so that we can work with it. Where is my notepad? Okay, so let's start from the first one. So the first one, we have capital letter Z, and then we have small letter M, X, H, X, H, then number 5, Z, small letter Z, 6, 3, T, small letter N, C to 10. So I'll type that. Capital letter Z, 3, G, N. C, K. You have to just take your time and write this thing down carefully. If not, you make mistake. Okay. So this is what cybersecurity is all about. Trying to decipher things. So I already have this number somewhere. I'll just write it. But I believe you understand the pattern that we're using to get it. Please, if you don't understand, drop a message in the comment section. If you don't understand what is happening. Like I said, you have to take your time. If you miss any number, you will not get the correct answer at the end, because we are still going to decipher this particular number again after putting it down. This is just like the first stage. So this is the number we are having. If you follow it through down to the end, okay, so that's the number we're having at the end of the day. Now if you look at this number, you'll see that it is a base 64. It is a base 64 number. I really do not understand how we are getting the numbers and letters. My network was shaking. It is case sensitive, right? Yes, it is case sensitive. If you go and write something that is supposed to be capital letter in small letter, you will not get the correct. I don't understand the pattern. Wonderful. Okay. Let's come back here. Can you all see this number I've written here? I think let me unmute the mic so that we can be interacting, because I want to hear you guys speaking. Let me know this long number.
Yes, I can see it.
Yes. Okay. So now the challenge is, most of you don't understand how we got this number, right? I think that's where the problem is. So this, looking at this application that is open, this is Wireshark. Okay, this is Wireshark, and there was a packet that we downloaded, and the name of the packet is ARP plus Tom, which is what we open in that Wireshark. Look at it here. Look at the packet here. It's a PCAP file. Okay. And I was trying to explain to you guys that PCAP means packet capture. Just like we have JPEG for images, we have .png, we have .mp4, mp3. Those are file extensions. So for this particular situation, we're having a PCAP file. Okay, so this is a .pcap file. You can right click and click on properties to see the type of file that it is. Okay, so look at the name here. You see arpstorm.pcap. So that's the type of file. So it is that file that we open on this Wireshark. Okay, and this file gives us like numbers. Look at this. These are the numbers from number 1 down to 68. Okay, each of these numbers have like time frames attached, the source, destination, the kind of protocol that they are using. So anywhere you see a file with ARP protocol, you click on it. When you click on it, you come down to this the downside of this app. Can you see that downside where we have this FFFF somewhere down to the right?
Yes, sir.
You can see that, right? We have FF. Now, on that downside, we also have like, I think there are 3 lines here. The first line has like FFF something. The second line is having 080006 and all of them. Can you see that?
Yes, sir. You can see it. You can see it, sir.
Okay, sorry. So on that second line, if you check at the last digit here, the last item here, you see Z somewhere.
Yes, sir.
So let's go to the next line. You see that it is only that line where you have Z that the alphabet are changing. Can you see? It has changed to M. So we are now on line 2.
Okay, sir.
It's not okay. Did you understand what just happened? So we are now
Yes,
on
I
line 2.
understood, sir.
We are now on line 3 and it has changed to X. We have gone to line 4 and it has changed to H. Can you see? It's the only thing that is changing on that line. If we
Yes,
go
sir.
to line 5, we have Z. So it is those numbers that are changing that we copied here on this sticky note. So do you now
Okay,
understand
sir.
how we got those numbers? So we copied those numbers
Yes,
one after
sir.
the other down till line 68, because this is 68 lines. Is that clear?
Sir. Yes, sir. It's clear, sir.
So now, like I was
Thank you, sir.
saying, looking at this number, for the people that join late, you might not really understand what is happening, sha. So maybe you might have to watch the video to understand what we are doing. So I don't know who was talking, Chef. Is it Ugochukwu that was talking? So Ayedun, is it Ayedun that is talking? Or Kingsley? Anyhow, whoever. So like I was saying, looking at this number, this is a base 64. Oh boy. Really have a lot of work to do. Got a lot of work. Okay, I don't know. So in numbers, in computer we have binary numbers, we have base 64, we have hexadecimal numbers, we have strings, we have different types of numbers. Okay, now this particular number we are having here, this particular figures that we copied here, is a base 64 string number. Okay, maybe later you can go and find out what all those numbers means. What does it mean to have a number in base 64? What does it mean to have numbers in hexadecimal? What does it mean to have? You can go and check out all those stuffs and try to understand different types of numbers. So that should be on your own, should be your own part of your own research. Okay, because as IT person, these are things you are supposed to have known already. I don't want to start doing another lecture on this. Okay, so this is a base 64 number. If you don't understand what base 64 is, please go and check it out after this. Understand what all those things mean, what it means to have a number in base 64, there's base 32 and all of that. These are things you must know. It's a must if you really want to go further with cybersecurity. So we are going to convert this number. We are going to try to decode this number to see what is actually after. Okay, because this number, they hide something inside, and that thing is the answer we are supposed to put here on this cyber talent, this place where you are seeing answer. So we're going to try to, from this number now, we have done the first step of getting out this number. We have finished the first step of getting out these strings. So the next step now is to try to decode this number. And to decode the number, you must know what type of number it is. And for this particular strings, it is a base 64 string code. So we're going to try to decode it. Okay, so there are actually websites where you can do your decoding. You can just come to Google and type base 64 decode. You can either encode or decode. Okay, when you're encoding, that means you're trying to set the code. In decoding, you are trying to open it up. So this particular code has already been encoded. So what we were trying to do now is to decode it, to get what they actually hide, what was hidden in this string. Okay, so this is a base 64 decode website. I'm just going to open it. Open it up. Okay, so we are going to paste our base 64 number here. So let me go to my sticky note. I'll copy this, come here and paste it. Okay, so when you paste it, you scroll down, you are going to see where you have decode. So you click on decode. So if you look down here, you'll see something like flag. Okay, you see something like flag, open bracket, blah 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 blah. Now this is the number we are going to copy and go and paste here inside Cyber Talent. That is, now you understand why they call it capture the flag. So we have captured that flag. Okay, this particular strings, now we have captured that flag. We're going to paste it here. But if you look at this very well, you see that it looks like it is not really very correct. There are some numbers that are still showing box here. That means our string, there's a problem with the strings. Are we getting? So you have to go back and check this number very well and make sure that you did not mix up one of the letters. Maybe it's a place that was supposed to be capital letter, we put small letter, or a place that was supposed to be small letter, we put capital letter. So you have to go back and check it up and ensure that it is correct, because this, if you copy this and paste here and click on submit, they will not accept it. You can see, sorry, wrong submission. So until you get the correct submission, you have to keep trying. Okay, so I think one of these letters here is wrong. Let me try to see where the error is. So please, immediately we are going offline, go and do this, solve this on your own and see how the answer comes out. So that you will not be told 09K ZV8X 319 B. There's a small letter B here. HDA EX, capital letter NF, capital letter QT, Z, 1U, 2, VKX3Q, WX3. AW MX PN. So record. Okay, so let's try again. Okay, so you can see it has kind of changed now. It's giving us something more better. So let's copy this and go and try it again. There was a mistake in one of the letters that I put here. Okay, there was a mistake in one of the letters, so let's go and try it again. This is gratuitous opcode is always abuse to poison. So let's try it again. If it doesn't work, we come back and keep trying. So this is also wrong, so we have to come back and keep trying. There's somewhere we are not getting it right. So this is what cybersecurity is all about. At times you can spend the whole night doing this. Even in real life, these are things you'll be doing. Somebody was complaining on the Telegram channel that he tried to draw the network that we gave on Packet Tracer, that he tried 10 times and he could not get it. He got frustrated and left the thing. So on your own, keep trying. I'm going to drop the correct answer here.